Gabriele Andreoli, Your Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, and dear friends. I'm reflecting today, like Caitlin said this morning, and in fact changed my speech thanks to your inspiration through the course of the day. But I'm reflecting on a truth we all know, that innovation alone is not enough. And only when knowledge is shared and only when it is grounded in ethics and unity does it have a chance to transform into lasting, meaningful impact. We're living in a time defined by extraordinary dualities. Indeed, I'm proud to tell you just last month I was elected to be president of the Global Esports Federation, which represents 4 billion of the world's youth, an industry of $600 billion a year, contributing to youth commitment in today's society. And on one hand, we're witnessing breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, quantum computing, renewable energies, and space exploration. And on the other, we're facing daunting challenges, climate change, inequality, disinformation, and things that we've talked about today. But history teaches us that the future is not determined by circumstance, but by choice. Progress is not inevitable, it's intentional. And intentional progress requires more than invention. It requires cooperation, humility, and the willingness to place shared knowledge at the service of humanity. We need to spend more time, as our pastor, Dr. Mark Burns spoke this morning, we need to spend more time considering what makes us human and less time focusing on difference. Our differences are the colors and the beauty of life. The foundations of our society, ethics, unity, compassion, need reinforcement. Unity does not mean sameness, it means belonging. It means seeing humanity as a shared home with many rooms. Innovation without ethics is directionless. Technology without values is dangerous. When we speak of the ethical imperative of innovation, we mean that we have a moral responsibility to ensure that the knowledge we create serves the common good. Ethics cannot be an afterthought. It must be the compass that guides discovery. At our World Technology Group, we embrace a principle, indeed our motto, that defines everything we do. Celebrate human ingenuity and look for ways to celebrate humanity. To celebrate human ingenuity is not simple and is not simply to admire invention. It is to ensure that creativity, science, and technology honor human dignity and elevate life itself. Every breakthrough carries with it a responsibility to uplift, not divide. Dear colleagues, it's time to rebuild not only our systems, but our sense of togetherness. In the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when we renovated our homes, we added things, layers of comfort and color. By the 2000s, we began to strip things back. But somewhere along the way, we forgot to build back better. We became busy, distracted, and accumulated stuff. Then came disruption, a word that once symbolized creativity, but eventually bred isolation. Isolation created fear, fear created survivalism. Solo became cool, but it is not cool, and it is not human. Gathering is human. To come together, to share ideas, to build community, to connect across boundaries, this is what defines us. The age of isolation gave rise to competition, to dominance, to power measured by money and force. Collectively, we are exhausted. Now we must return to foundation building, seeing the world once again as a cohesive interdependence of ecosystems, not as fragments of advantage and loss. At the World Technology Group, we believe transformation lies at the intersection of disciplines. Imagine a future where medical science collaborates with esports data to explore reflexes and neuroplasticity, where clean energy research partners with immersive technologies to inspire sustainable behavior change, where artificial intelligence developed for commerce is redirected to fight agricultural scarcity, optimize water systems, and accelerate medical cures. And here I want to acknowledge the creative spirit that brings this vision to life within our World Technology ecosystem. And Nim Ward, our creative director for ecosystem, who's here with us today and chairs our Global Youth Council, and whose work continually reminds us that imagination is as essential as innovation. Creativity connects the scientific to the human. It is where vision becomes movement. We must rebuild the way we work, learn, live, and play, like neural network structures, layered, interconnected, adaptive, and rooted in the basic principles of humanity. And so today, on this very special day, our board at the World Technology Group has decided to adapt a practical step with the creation of the World Technology Institute for Human Ingenuity to launch in 2 weeks' time at our first ever World Technology Summit in Mumbai and Pune in India. And at its heart, it would embody our principle, celebrate human ingenuity, belonging not to any one nation, but to humanity collectively in unity. Progress is not a machine, it is a movement. It requires faith as much as fact, imagination as much as engineering, and compassion as much as knowledge. The true measure of innovation is not in patents filed or headlines won. It is in lives improved, dignity restored, and futures made possible. Thank you.